Loki of literati. Humans are in a strange place because we're aware of our own existence, but not everyone cares enough to really learn how to listen. We get notions of strange things because everything's constantly in motion and changing, but I think as soon as you end up embracing that path, you can either lie and say the universe isn't moving too fast, or just try to get really fly on that and be like, okay, well, that's that. Get past the past, but don't take a pass on everything that is meddling your sense. The obstacle is the way. In other words, no hesitance to the present. And that's what it means to take on challenges and say that the risks that you slake is part of the balance and the use of what blossoms at a touch. Because in real life, honesty gets hushed, is the talent of confidence, the use of that on its sense to be infinite as a skill, as it were. We do not have unlimited will, although there are those who will kind of split nails with me on that and try to spit details because of some indomitable will state. And, those fucking shills can go peddle their fucking template all they want. I understand the light and dark that brings. Indomitable confidence is what I'm saying. And I understand it's not just a lark or a fling, not just kind of a narcissistic thing to say that you're unbreakable. I get it. It's just fucking personal marketing, dude. Okay? It's just another fucking mantra to truly use the proper energy, though, like Tantra, in a state of synergy in order to get used to the obstacles and intuit what is awful, but then try to make yourself truly raw so that you're just full of now, essentially, thinking fourth dimensionally, going past the courses that were once so advanced that now you can hold them in your hand, so elementary, and roll it around like Benoit balls in your palm, so that taking the psalm of the experience as a balm because you cleared it, and that interference became part of the experience's best teacher, is how we take the whole world on so that every day could be our last play, but it's also a new dawn. Word is bond, that kind of, yo, I'm on, is the finest way to share your inside worry and turn it around real squirrely into a finer parasympathetic response, using the best parts of dark and light, of fight and flight, using what sparks out of the fear to understand that's just excitement coming too near when the world is moving too fast. Those of us who either, uh, you know, if we're doing it the right way, we do it on paper. If we're doing it the wrong way, we write Graff. It's because we find ourselves evolving real fast. The world revolves on the same path, and we can't resolve ourselves with the past. And so that's why we scrawl Krylon on the walls. It's because we're spying on what we saw and want to share it with all. Just to get real clear with this, because I know I'm being real indiscreet about some shit. I'm not advocating that anyone go out and start fucking tagging for fun. It's a blundersome kind of way to earn your stripes, to write graffiti anyway. That's not. I'm not saying that's all right. I'm not saying that's my path. It was part of my past, and it is something that comes out true. It's a very fine tool, and like my ventricles, it ends up reaching all of me. Like when I bleed, white blood cells end up having to become more mass produced the same way. Anytime I look at Graff, I just get used to seeing what it all says. It's real fucking pat, you know? Other people say it's needless. Well, fuck other people. I say it's a fucking rebus. And if it's not the way that the norm reads, well, neither is fucking cuneiform, okay? But Graff artists fucking bleed for their work when they are true. That's why it means so much to extend your pen intuition within. That's what it does to do an end to end. All right, I'm not just dropping bars. Those of you who don't do Graff, end to end, by the way, is what they call it when you drop a burner eye over an entire fucking car, so you can go all city, as it were. And anytime that you manage to just totally outlast, not just being outlandish, but like truly put your shit on blast and totally cover the entire fucking train car. I mean, dude, that's more than a stain. That's what makes you a star. That's your mural, so that you can make sure that everyone who never heard of you still has those pearls to view. It's something that in that moment was true. And when your blood is pumping alive and all that there is the message, those that don't jive, yeah, they might wish that your art would die, but not them. You were the one willing to take a dive for that, just to let the message fly. No pity, so gritty, bright lights, big city is all the same to me. It's like a glittering bowl of diamonds when you catch the freeway and you're coming into LA and you just see all these fucking broken teeth. I mean, it's supposed to be lights, I get that, but I just see the beast, the souls that it eats, and those that it re-releases so changed at every single way station, every single permutation. I mean, that's just off the dome, but it's some real hopscotch nodes of consciousness where the crossroads ends up blossoming so much shit that it becomes as readable to me as entrails were to the species. Well, specs, in other words, the reading of animal entrails is in the singular. Species, I guess, would be in the plural. Anyways, it's a gut leaving that someone else looked to in the bleeding, and there was ancient times in which people were believing that the future could be read through those animal leavings. But that's not where I'm at with this. What I'm believing is that the city itself is always bleeding. It's hemorrhaging so it can grow and keep evolving, revolving. And so, while I'm not all for what gets thrown up on the walls all the time, I can't deny that at the very core, there is something that outlasts within that design. So, just understand, whether you like or hate tag art, that was somebody's life and heart on the line. Loci of literati.